into this. Section 1, the mist on the Ganges. To really get the depth of this whole interaction, we first need to ground ourselves in the scene. Picture a very quiet, specific atmosphere. There's a light morning mist just settling over the banks of the Ganges. We get this really striking visual contrast. We have Lord Ram, Mother Sita, and Lakshman, figures of just immense divine and royal stature, standing calmly on the riverbank. They're on this incredibly arduous path of exile, right? Leaving their entire kingdom behind. And right in front of them is this tiny, simple boat, with our boatman, Kevat, sitting inside. There's this quiet tension here. The powerful standing right before the humble, simply requesting passage. It's such a grounding visual, and it perfectly sets the stage for what happens next.
Moving on to Section 2, the boatman's clever devotion.
So now that the scene is set, our characters actually start to interact. And what we get isn't some straightforward transactional negotiation. No, it's a masterfully written exchange where deep reverence is kind of wrapped up in this quick-witted innocence. Lord Ram says, in what the script describes as a really soft, gentle voice, "O Kevat, ferry us across the Ganges." It's a completely straightforward request. Notice how, despite his divine status, Lord Ram doesn't command, he just asks. There's this beautiful humility and simplicity in him simply asking to cross the physical river.
But Kevat's response, that's where the absolute brilliance lies. With a smile and folded hands completely filled with devotion, Kevat brings up a famous miracle. He says, "I have heard the dust from your feet turns stones into women. What if my wooden boat turns into a beautiful woman?" Now, what's really interesting about this moment is that Kevat is referencing how Lord Ram previously liberated Ahilya from a curse that had turned her to stone, literally, just with the touch of his foot. Kevat is using this innocent, almost naive fear to brilliantly mask what he actually wants. He just wants an excuse to touch the Lord's feet. Yeah, Kevat cleverly expresses this worry about how he's going to support his family if he loses his wooden livelihood to some miraculous transformation. And the script specifically notes that this brings a light smile and an atmosphere of pure devotion to the scene. I mean, Kevat is a smart guy, right? He knows his boat isn't actually going to turn into a woman, but this humorous little hesitation serves as the absolute perfect, loving vehicle for him. He's literally setting the terms for the ultimate blessing, but he's disguising it as the practical concern of an everyday working man.
Which brings us to Section 3, a pure act of surrender.
This is the major turning point. The script notes that Lord Ram is deeply pleased by Kevat's simple, pure devotion. I mean, Kevat's cleverness totally worked, and it leads us right to the physical and emotional climax of the narrative. Kevat literally bows down and outlines his sequence of events. Step 1, he absolutely must wash the Lord's feet. Step 2, only then will he actually allow them into his boat. And Step 3, then they can cross the river. So the crucial takeaway here is that Step 1 was absolutely non-negotiable for him. The river crossing, that simply cannot happen until the act of devotion is totally complete. At this point, the script tells us that Kevat washes Lord Ram's feet with immense love, with tears actually pooling in his eyes, and the source material specifically asks for a serious, highly emotional delivery here. Because we have to remember, this isn't just a physical washing to protect a piece of wood, not at all. Those tears of joy reveal the absolute, profound depth of his reverence. He has essentially achieved his life's ultimate goal, right there in the shallow, muddy waters of the Ganges. To make sure we completely grasp the magnitude of this moment, the script uses this specific narrator line. This was no ordinary service. It was pure love and surrender. The writer is deliberately elevating Kevat's action here. It moves entirely away from being just a transactional service, a boatman just doing his daily job, and it transforms into a pure, totally unadulterated act of spiritual devotion.
Let's look at Section 4, crossing the ultimate ocean.
As the little boat finally crosses the physical waters, the script beautifully illustrates the philosophical core of the whole story. Once they're across, Mother Sita softly asks Kevat what his remuneration, his payment, should be. So we're seeing an offer of physical payment for a physical crossing. But Kevat, he just smiles and says, "Mother, today I, as a boatman, have ferried you across. When my time comes, ferrying me across this ocean of existence." And this brilliantly illustrates the contrast. He flat out refuses earthly wealth. Instead, he requests spiritual salvation, asking to be ferried across the Bhavsagar, that endless cycle of life and death. And finally, Section 5, the essence of true faith. So how exactly does the divine respond to such an overwhelming, beautiful display of pure surrender? Well, there's no long dramatic monologue from Lord Ram here. Actually, the script direction simply states that his face is full of deep compassion and a silent blessing. This incredibly powerful resolution shows us that sometimes divine grace doesn't even need words. The compassion radiating from Lord Ram is the ultimate reward for the boatman. It's a quiet, solid confirmation that Kevat's spiritual passage is eternally secured.
As the background music fades out in the cinematic script, the narrator's voice echoes a final thought. We started this explainer with a statement, and I actually want to end by asking you to reflect on it as a question. Does true devotion truly require wealth or power? I think, through the cleverness, the tears, and the pure surrender of a humble boatman, the source material leaves us with an absolutely undeniable answer. It requires nothing but a true heart. Thank you so much for joining me to unpack this incredible story. Keep looking for the profound in the simple, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.